Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors was an arcade fighting game that debuted in 1994 and was developed by Capcom. When the game begins, you are greeted with the character select screen, but first you must pick your speed at which you want to play. 1 being the slowest, 3 being the fastest, and 2 being in between. You also can pick 10 different characters based on classic horror movie monsters, some of which include a vampire, a succubus, a Frankenstein monster, and a mummy. After the character is selected, a face-off screen tells you what monster your characters represent. The fight begins, and the first thing you realize is that the stages are very colorful, there's a lot of nice detail in the background, and the sprites also look very good for 1994. You also realize that the control mechanics are very similar to that of Street Fighter, containing a 6-button control configuration with your top buttons as your punch buttons, and your bottom buttons as your kick buttons. A lot of the signature moves in the game also are very reminiscent of Street Fighter. Take Dmitry Maximov, for example, the vampire of the game. He has a lot of moves similar to that of Ryu and Ken of Street Fighter, throwing fireballs by pressing down, forward, and punch. Also, you can do a rising uppercut by pressing forward, down, forward, and the punch button. At the bottom of the screen, characters have a special bar. When the special bar increases all the way, then they can do their super special attack. However, the bar does decrease as you have full special, so if you don't manage to pull off your super special, you will have to refill the bar again. Much like other fighting games, after you win, your character will have some kind of victory quote. The difficulty of the game isn't that high, but if you're careless, you are more likely to lose. However, this does not mean you need to take a fully defensive approach when playing. You can play a little aggressively. After beating all of the regular characters, you will then face the sub-boss Huitzel, who is a golden robot. He's not too difficult, but he will give beginners trouble. After defeating Huitzel, you then face off against Pyron, who is an alien, but he actually seems more like a fire specter of sorts. Pyron is not too difficult for veterans, but beginners will die on him multiple times. After finally defeating Pyron, you will get to see your character's ending. In this particular playthrough, I played as Dmitry Maximov, and in his case, he ends up basically ruling the night. Darkstalkers is a great game overall, and although it's not a mainstream classic like Street Fighter is, it does have a very high cult following, and it is a favorite among many. Darkstalkers has a great gameplay mechanic, it has good visuals, it has a great soundtrack. What's not to like? It's great for anyone to pick up, and it's just an all-around great game. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Although Darkstalkers isn't my favorite fighting game ever, it is very fun to play. Well, with that being said, I'm IronFury. Thanks for watching, and...
Happy Halloween!